Are you moving to the Atlanta area and you're looking for ranch style homes in the Atlanta area? Well, then I've got a neighborhood that you should consider, and that is Sagamore Hills. I'm going to show you around the Sagamore Hills neighborhood and show you some of the ranch homes because they are filled with ranch homes. And we'll talk about the neighborhood in general, the schools, where to go and eat, where to grocery shop, and all that good stuff. So stick around. Let's get into talking all about living in Sagamore Hills right now. Hey guys, my name is Molly and welcome to my channel. If you are new here or returning and you have not subscribed yet, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and hit that bell so you can be one of the first to be notified when I do post a new video. But I am your walking, talking tour guide of all things here in the Atlanta area, and I really just want to help you guys out, especially those that are moving from out of state and you're trying to figure out where to live. I really just want to show you different parts of the city that fit your lifestyle and your budget. And so if you have any questions as you are watching any of my videos, put those questions in the comments box below, or you can always shoot me a text, give me a call, or send me an email. All my contact information is below as well. I would love to hear from you and see how I can make your move to Atlanta a little bit easier. So I am in Sagamore Hills today, and this is just a very beautiful, serene, quiet neighborhood. And as you can see behind me, tons of ranch homes all around. They're just scattered on this street. And there are some traditional style homes in this neighborhood, but you're going to find a lot of the ranch style homes, and there's going to be some older ones that need a lot of fixing up and some newer ones that are some ones that have been renovated really nicely and well taken care of. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of both of those, but I'm actually going to start walking to my first home example and tell you a little bit about the neighborhood. So first we probably need to know where Sagamore Hills is located. So I'm going to put up a map here so you can see, and you'll see it's a little further out from the center of the city. So if you don't like the hustle and bustle of the city life, this could be a good option because you're close to the city, but you're not in the mix of all this everything, but you're still a quick drive over. So Sagamore Hills is just south of I-85, and it roughly borders Brookhaven to the north. You have Oak Grove over on the east side, and then south and west is, we'll just call it North Druid Hills neighborhoods because there's a bunch of them. So people kind of don't really know all the little tiny names, so we'll just bunch them and call them North Druid Hills. As far as drive times, now this is a great area if you work over at Emory. It's only 12 minutes. The airport is 35 to 40 minutes. If you're trying to get to Midtown or downtown, you're looking around 20-25 minutes. And then Buckhead, it's actually pretty good at 15 minutes overall. So there's your drive times. It gives you an idea of what you're looking at there. And there's a lady backing out and looking at me like I am crazy talking to a camera. In terms of home prices, so I would say when I looked up the last 6 months, the median sales price for a single family home in this area was $495,000. Now, in terms of townhomes and condos, there's really not a ton of them, so I'm really not going to even spend time talking about them. There's just a couple of complexes, a little bit older, and they range in the 300s. There's a couple that hit in the 500K range, but just not a ton in this neighborhood. As far as what there is to do in this neighborhood, well, it's really just residential. There's really not much else going on here. You had to pretty much get in your car, drive somewhere, but in terms of restaurants, there's really not a lot of restaurants here, but you're very close to CHOA Hills. And if you watch my Oak Grove vlog tour, near the end of that video, I do kind of like a good little tour of the CHOA Hills shopping and restaurant area, so check that out. But so CHOA Hills has a bunch of like casual restaurants, and there's a couple of restaurants on the edge of the Oak Grove area, so those are going to be like your closest areas. And CHOA Hills is probably where I would go for grocery shopping. They have both a Kroger and a Publix, and there's a Target nearby off of North Druid Hills Road. That's probably your closest big shopping center or store if you're looking for that. And then as far as schools, Sagamore Hills is zoned to pretty good schools. So the elementary is Sagamore Hills Elementary School. There's Henderson Middle School and Lakeside High School. And both the elementary school and the high school are ranked pretty high up there. And then the Henderson Middle School, for whatever reason, is ranked a little bit lower. And I will just tell you, most of the middle schools in Atlanta, for whatever reason, they are not ranked very well. It's just kind of a a trend, I think, not only in Atlanta, but in other cities as well. I'm gonna make sure I'm not going past the house I wanted to show you. But so that's kind of the schools. And I know some young families that live here and love it. I would say everyone's very friendly, and you're gonna find people that have lived here a long time or retired, and then you're gonna find young families. So you get a good mix, and you're gonna see, I saw tons of people out walking. Now there are no sidewalks in this neighborhood. You can see it's just roads, but this road is very wide, and you don't get a ton of traffic except for people that live here, because it's really not like a cut through type of neighborhood. Okay, so I'm at my first home example I'm going to show you. Now this one's actually not just a ranch, this one's actually a split level, but there are those as well. So you got kind of like your living room, your kitchen and a living room, and then you go either up for some bedrooms or down for another living room space and generally another bedroom. So this home sold for $594,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just under 2,900 square feet. It had some moderate updates. I'd say there's still some dated tile and that kind of thing, but you can tell that in the kitchen they updated the countertops, they painted the old kitchen cabinets white. It has sizable bedrooms, to be honest, and a really nice backyard. So there you go. That's kind of an example of a split level home, and you can just see, one thing I will note is all of the yards in this area are huge. So this one is over on a half an acre of land, and I would say most of the homes in this neighborhood you're going to get anywhere between, you know, maybe 0.4 acres up to 0.8, maybe an acre, which you know, if you go further in town just a few miles, you're not going to get that. You're going to get like 0.2 or something. So now let me go and show you an investor special, and I'll give you an idea of what that looks like. If you aren't scared of a project, I feel like this neighborhood is such a steal for buying a fixer-upper ranch home and then completely redoing it. A lot of them have unfinished basements that you could build out more square footage, and then you have a really sizable home. And yeah, so I would say like a fixer-upper in this neighborhood is going to be anywhere in the mid-4s to low 5s. And I'm going to show you one right now that I'm coming up against. It looks like they're already starting to do some work on this home, but here it is just past my shoulder right here. So this sold for $476,000. It's a 3-2, just over 2,200 square feet, and it has over 2,000 square feet of unfinished basement space as well. But this house definitely needed a full gut job. It had all that like old wood paneling. It's got like grandma's linoleum in the kitchen. It's got the Pepto pink Bismol tile in the bathroom. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it totally needs a fresh update. But I mean, all these ranch homes are built in the 50s, 60s, so they are built solid. They are not going to blow over. I mean, usually it's grandma and grandpa living in these, and they are taking care of them. So it's really just cosmetic stuff that needs to be done in a lot of these ranch homes. But there you go. That's an example of a fixer-upper. And one other thing I should note about this neighborhood in particular, it's really, really hilly. So if you are a runner or you just like taking a walk, just be prepared for some hills. There are tons of rolling hills in this neighborhood. I'm walking right by the Sagamore Hills Elementary School, and it is just right in the neighborhood. So very peaceful, very calm, and you got more ranch homes right behind me. So I'm gonna go and take you now to another ranch home that has been fully renovated, so you can kind of get an idea of what that is like. But remember, like a traditional ranch home usually has like a partition in the middle of the wall separating the living from the kitchen. And when people are updating their house, these ranch homes, most of them take out that middle wall, so it's a lot more of an open living kitchen area. And so this example I have coming up has exactly that, and of course the price is going to be a little bit higher, but let me go take you by that home next. Okay, so I'm going to show you a ranch home that has been fully updated, and this one just recently sold. It's beautiful. It sold for $760,000. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just over, right at 2,100 square feet actually. And it does have 900 square feet of unfinished basement that you could finish out. It's on 0.7 acres. Now this has a very open living kitchen area, updated white kitchen. It has a good size kitchen to island. The bedrooms are all really good sized, and it has a nice large backyard. So this one really sold quickly. It sold over list price. It was listed for $725,000. And actually this home is technically not in Sagamore Hills. It's in an area called Briarcliff Woods, which is just next door to Sagamore Hills, but most people don't really know the difference. There is just like this small little community called Briarcliff Woods, and it's very similar to Sagamore Hills. It's right next door. Briarcliff Woods does, it's north and south of Briarcliff Road, and it also has its own little swim and tennis community, but a sweet little neighborhood. And I'd say the average price range in this neighborhood is a little bit more. The average price range in this neighborhood is $590,000 versus Sagamore Hills was $495. And I think the main difference is because there has been like 3 big, gigantic 5-bedroom modern homes that have been built in this area that sold for like 1.4, 1.5 million. So that has driven the average sales price a little bit higher. If you can't find anything in Sagamore Hills, I would definitely check Briarcliff Woods. And in fact, most people are just going to lump this in with Sagamore Hills. I think Sagamore Hills is just a little bit more well known, but there you go. So now that you've seen some home examples, I'm going to drive around the neighborhood so you can kind of just see and get a feel of what the streets are like. But you guys, the streets are so nice. It's so quiet here and peaceful, and this is just a really pretty day. Mention is you may find homes that are on Clairmont Road, or is it Clairmont Drive? Clairmont Road. But this is a very busy road. I call it the neighborhood highway, and there are a ton of ranch homes that are located off of this road. Now, just be mindful that if you are considering a home on Clairmont Road, it is very busy. But to be honest, some of the homes are set back pretty far back from the road, so you may not hear the traffic noise as much. But I just know, like for me personally, I don't like living on a super busy street, and this is definitely a super busy street. So I just want to point that out in case that is going to change your mind about Clairmont Road. Whoa, and I just totally tripped. I'm over at the Sagamore Community Club. It's right off of Fair Oaks Road. It's almost a little hidden. There's just like one little sign to show you where to turn, and it's kind of a treacherous drive down. It could use some regrading. But here I am. It is their swim and tennis community. center. It is, there is a wait list, so you can go onto their website and just sign up and be put on their wait list. I'm not for sure how long it is, but you can see they've got some tennis courts. There's the entrance to the pool, and then I can't get a really great shot of the pool area, but there is the pool and some playground equipment behind it. And yeah, it's all closed right now because it's March when I'm filming this, so not a lot that I can show you there, but there is a neighborhood pool area that you can go to. Okay, so I wanted to give you an example and show you that there are more traditional style homes in this neighborhood. So you can see behind me here, we've got one, and then across the street we have another traditional, and then I love this white one on the corner. So yeah, so there are some other homes besides just ranch homes. And if you watch my Oak Grove vlog tour, Oak Grove is just right next door. This has a very similar feel in terms of space, in terms of the size of the lots and the streets, but I would say Oak Grove probably has more newer, bigger homes than Sagamore Hills. Sagamore Hills just has a ton more ranch homes. I may have mentioned this already, but if you're going to be working at Emory, the Children's Hospital, the CDC, Sagamore Hills is definitely an area I would definitely consider because of its short commute to that area. But to conclude this video, I'm trying to think of some pros and cons of living here. I would say definitely some pros are, one, you get a huge lot compared to if you lived closer into the city. And yeah, it's definitely quiet, serene, and you don't really feel like you're living in the city, but you're still very, very close to it. Another pro would be that this is located in unincorporated DeKalb County, so your property taxes are a little bit lower. I would say it's roughly 1% of your home's value. That's going to be what you're paying in property taxes each year. It might be 1.2%. Well, another pro would be that you can get a pretty good deal here if you're willing to put in some elbow grease, and you could get a fixer-upper, do some renovations, and you would see some probably instant equity in that home. It's just going to take a little bit of work. And these homes are built to last, so they're not going to be those homes that were built in the 90s where they just kind of like blow over because they were used with made with some very cheap material. I can't talk. I would say some cons would be, there's not really a lot, but I would say maybe one would be that there's not any playgrounds in this neighborhood except for if you're, joined the swim and tennis community club. But there are some nearby playgrounds in other neighboring communities, like you could go down Clairmont to Mason Mill Park, or you could go up into Brookhaven, hit the park over in Ashford Park. So that could be an option for you. But I would say that's kind of it. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a neighborhood where you can walk, I got some kids in here and I'm trying to not get them in. But if you're like looking for a community where you can walk and go to grab a coffee, this is probably not the neighborhood for you. It's a nice area to walk around, but there's really nothing to walk to, if you get what I mean. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this vlog tour of Sagamore Hills. If Sagamore Hills wasn't your jam, go check out my Oak Grove vlog tour. It's kind of a similar neighborhood, but it has a few more home options, bigger home options, and a few more little restaurants to go to. But if you have any questions, don't be shy to put them in that comments box below, or shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I would really love to help you out any way that I can. But you guys, until next time, I will see you later. I mean, this weather is great. I might just hang out here the rest of the day. So, see ya.